The walls of Uruk still rise, layer upon layer of baked clay, sealed with bitumen, burnished by sun and years, yet within my chest, their foundations tremble. I am Gilgamesh, molded from clay by divine hands, tempered by fire, crowned with strength, 2 parts God, 1 part man, a vessel meant to endure, yet cracked by grief. My name once traveled like a flood in spring, overflowing boundaries, drowning fear wherever it reached. Kings measured their breath before speaking it. Warriors bent like reeds before the current of my will. He believed my spirit was carved into the firmament, fixed among the wandering stars, immune to the erosion of years. But now, the flood has turned. Death has breached my gates like a silent invader. No battering ram announced it. No omen warned me in the liver of beasts. No priest foresaw this wound. Enkidu lies motionless. The companion of my strength has been gathered by the earth. His voice, once loud as storm winds, has been swallowed by stillness. His hands, once hardened by battle, now soften like river clay. His breath has fled as smoke escapes an extinguished fire. His body returns to the soil from which men are shaped. I call his name, yet only dust answers. Tell me, O great gods who inscribe destiny upon celestial tablets, where has his spirit been carried? Has he crossed the river of no return? Does he sit in the house of dust, where kings, priests, and laborers eat clay and drink darkness? Does he wear a crown of shadows where no sunlight touches the brow? Does he walk through corridors lined with forgotten names where memory fades like footprints erased by wind? Is this the portion allotted to mankind? To burn briefly like oil in a lamp, then vanish into unlit silence? If so, then triumph is a mirage and glory is chaff scattered by storms. I raised the walls of Uruk to defy time itself. He laid brick upon brick, so my name would not be carried away by the current of years. Yet time is a river that erodes even mountains. What wall can stand against the flood of oblivion? I carved my victories into stone stellae. I engraved my deeds upon clay tablets, so scribes would recite them to generations unborn. Yet clay crumbles, stone fractures, tablets break, and names fade like ink left beneath rain. What fortress can bar death? What seal can prevent the unmaking of breath? The priests lift their hands and murmur of destiny. They claim the gods hold the tablets of fate, inscribed before our birth, unchangeable as the course of stars. They bow, they submit, they call surrender wisdom, but I see no wisdom in yielding, only fear dressed as reverence. Why shape men from clay, if clay must return to mud? Why grant kings dominion, if kings must rot beside slaves? Why kindle consciousness, if it must flicker out like a guttering flame? Ye have hunted lions as they hunted men. I have struck down giants, born of wilderness. I have shattered enemies, as floods shatter fragile banks. Yet it cannot strike down the creeping rot. I cannot command decay to halt its silent harvest. This knowledge gnaws at me, like worms gnaw at fallen flesh. I, who once feared nothing beneath the sun, now tremble before the unseen realm beneath the earth. Shall Gilgamesh, builder of cities, crusher of foes, beloved of gods, be reduced to a scattering of dust beneath indifferent soil? Shall my bones lie unrecognized, my name unspoken, my deeds dissolved like salt in rain? No. If men are born to perish, then I shall resist perishing. If death is ordained, then I shall seek the one who escaped it. If eternity lies hidden beyond mountains, beyond seas, beyond the edges of carved maps, then I shall walk until my feet bleed dust. Let scorching suns sear my flesh. Let sunstorms strip the skin from my bones. Let rivers rise and test my resolve. I will not accept the fate of cattle driven to slaughter. I will not enter the house of dust without defiance. The gods believe men are reeds, easily bent, easily broken, easily swept away by the winds of fate. They forget that reeds can bind into rafts and cross the deepest waters. They believe kings bow eventually to silence. They have not measured the fury of a heart that has glimpsed the abyss of nothingness. I have seen what awaits us all, a kingdom where no sun rises, a banquet where no hunger is satisfied, a song where no voice remains. There men sit like shattered jars. There, crowns tarnish. There, triumph rots. Is this the reward for taming rivers, for carving canals to bring life from floodwaters, for bending nature to human will? If so, then existence itself is an insult to ambition. Yet rage alone cannot silence fear, for I sense the slow turning of years, like the grinding of millstones. I feel time measuring my breath as a scribe measures grain. Already, unseen fingers write my ending upon invisible tablets. Already, the river of days flows toward a sea from which no man returns. This knowledge festers within me. Once, I believed my divine blood set me apart from mortal fate. Now, I know even kings are clay awaiting dissolution, but clay may be remolded. If the gods have inscribed our doom, then I shall seek the tablets and challenge their decree. If immortality has been hidden like a sacred relic, then I shall uncover it, even if the heavens burn in protest. Let them call me arrogant. Let them call me defiant. Let them whisper that Gilgamesh challenges fighter. I welcome the accusation. For what is arrogance compared to annihilation? What is defiance compared to surrender? Enkidu, your fall has shattered my illusions. Your silence has awakened terror deeper than any blade could wound. Where you have gone, I dread to follow, and thus I seek another road. If there lives a man who has outlasted death, I will find him. If there grows a plant that restores youth, as rain restores parched earth, I will claim it. If there exists a hidden word that binds time as ropes bind ships, I will speak it. Let deserts become my proving ground. Let mountains rise like defiant gods. Let seas stretch like endless mirrors of sky. I will walk until my strength fractures or eternity yields. For I am Gilgamesh, king of Uruk, breaker of beasts, seeker of what lies beyond breath, and I refuse to vanish without struggle. Let the scribes record my defiance. Let the stars bear witness to my vow. Let the gods watch with uneasy eyes. I come in not as a servant, not as a worshipper, but as a challenger to the limits they have imposed upon mankind. And if I fail, if my flesh returns to clay, if my name erodes like carvings beneath rain, then let it be said he did not bow, he did not submit, he did not walk quietly into darkness. Let it be said that Gilgamesh stood against the flood of time and cursed the silence that devours all things. Let it be said that I refuse to disappear into the house of dust.